time that we had change for the better. That's what we're here to talk about today. Change for the better.
At a pinch point in the road, Jane swerved to avoid a car that had opened its door. She was hit by a truck and killed. Her death was the 5th death of a cyclist in 5 days. Most reasonable people see that cyclists have as much right as anyone else to travel along our roads.
After Morrinsville, right, my heart sank, and I really felt that. But when I heard the news about Jane Bishop on Tamaki Drive, I felt sick. I felt physically sick. All right, the loss of life was one thing, but the response from people on places like the New Zealand Herald's comment section that suddenly, with violent speed, turned that one woman riding home safely on her bike, turned her into a lycra-wearing peloton of 3 abreast, red light crashing, idiot, bloody cyclists was horrifying. She was a real person riding a bike along the road. She wasn't doing anything wrong. And we seem as a nation to have developed a them and us attitude to the cycling thing, but there's no them and us, there's only us. And that's making me really upset. So welcome to Bikes for Life, that's the heavy bit. We're rallying for safer cycling city and a safer cycling culture across New Zealand. Because it's time to change that culture, to work to change it. And that last point is something we can all do every day. Talk to your friends, let them know you're a cyclist. Okay? Let them know you're a real person on the bike.
Since the start of the year 2000, 120 people have been killed while cycling on New Zealand's roads. Now, how many of those do you think were in a collision with a motor vehicle? Have we got anyone who thinks 80%? Quite a few, maybe half of you. How about 100%? Well, you're right. For cyclists alone, we're having the equivalent of a Pike River about every 3 years. Let's also not forget the even greater number of people who have been hurt on our roads, many so badly that they'll never fully recover. So what can we do to stop this carnage? Is it fair that drivers should have to sacrifice some space on the road so that everyone can be safer? Damn right it is.
Now, I'm really gutted by all this, but you know, something's got to come out of it. And what I believe, this 23-year-old girl, they just don't get enough driving experience on our open roads. Every day, you know, I'm a farmer, I see cars and farmers' paddocks, I pull them out of the drain myself, people that get it wrong all the time. So really the driving licence period has got to be longer. You people, when you're driving through Waikato, you've got to let the kids drive through there, the dads are going to have to sit in the back seat, but give the kids experience on the road so that they can get some miles under their belts.
So my 2 requests, 1, to ride safely, ride responsibly and set a good example, and the second one is to get the young people of New Zealand out riding bikes, because they'll be better drivers, they will be more aware of cyclists when they become drivers, they'll be healthier, and they'll actually really enjoy the freedom that a bike affords them.
It definitely is a new era in Auckland. We have a new council and we have Auckland Transport. The new council, their first meeting, I went there and I was amazed. It was full of cycling issues, and not cycling whingers, not cycling aren't they a bad team. It was saying, hey, we're standing up with these people because they are helping us change our city. Because we know that if there is only 4 million Kiwis and 1.3 million of us are cyclists, we are mainstream, because an injury which happens to us, and let's face it, it happens every day on the roads, that is affecting not just the cyclists but their families. So every family is affected in New Zealand by cycling injuries in one way or another. And so that is not, we're not a freak little group. We're mainstream New Zealanders, and we're helping reduce congestion, make for a healthier community. You know, we talk about international cities. An international city is one where cycling is a key part of it. Auckland, get moving.
I came here today because I'm a cyclist and I want to come in solidarity to support everyone who's been affected by the incident, and just because I myself have been in accidents as well with cars, just really minor ones, and I know how dangerous it is on the roads, and yes, I want to help make Auckland a safer place for cyclists.
And I guess, you know, the road's supposed to be shared for everyone, so I reckon, yeah, like, we need to kind of make that a little bit more well known, because it's not just a motorist thing and it's not just a car thing. You know, there's trucks and there's buses and there's cycles, and yeah, so everyone deserves fair share of the road. That's what I came.
Thank you.